Tonight's forecast is sponsored by Ashbrook Audiology, where relationships matter.
And a good evening to you. Welcome to our viewers joining us across the United States and around the world. For those watching outside the United States, we thank you for your company. And for those watching you here in the United States and south side of Virginia, thanks so much for watching us on BTW21. I'm Weatherman Dawson Staples. We are glad that you are checking us out during your evening hour, or maybe you're rewatching us at a later time. Thanks so much for doing so. If you haven't done so already, if you're watching us and wonder how you could stay connected, head over to our Facebook page. That is facebook.com/BTW21News. Also our YouTube channel. Head over there to youtube.com/BTW21News. While you're there, like and subscribe, and you can have your chance to win a $100 gas gift card. We begin outside of the States, but still within the United States, is, of course, our good friend Hector Manuel. I'm very grateful for his work and effort for going out and covering the aftermath of Hurricane Fiona. As you know, is now a monster, had a 4 storm, just raging the seas like crazy, but no impact. I'm going to show you the map in a little bit later on this forecast. But right now, there's not a threat to the U.S. from Fiona. But some photos here. Hector sent me these earlier this week, and I told him I'd put them on our newscast for you. Kind of see some water just standing there. Doesn't look like a lot of water. I can't tell if he took this from the rearview mirror or if he actually got out of the car. Kind of looks like he got out of the car kind of on the ground there and took that photo for us. You see a little bit of the tree damage here, some of the trees and some of the power lines even out there. I watched some of the national news earlier this morning and yesterday. They said that most of the country, or the island itself, should have its power restored pretty much by the end of the week, because they're now a lot more prepared compared to Hurricane Maria about 5 years ago. Did the same devastation, but FEMA said they had a lot more adequate water, they had more generators, they were prepared this time around. And some of the electricity crews, they had to hire, I believe, an outsider to come down there to hopefully fix this problem, where the whole country, like I said, was 100% without electricity when the storm impacted over the weekend for them. Now I think most of the country slowly beginning its electricity restored. And he was telling me, Hector was telling me yesterday that, you know, that he was even having phone service, so it took him a lot longer to send some of these photos because he had to go out of the district to get a good signal for him to send me these photos that you saw on Facebook yesterday. That's at BTW21, as well as Staples Weather on Instagram. Another photo, again, this is interesting here. You see the power line kind of looks like, you know, a cross is dangling an arrow almost if you kind of look at it at a right angle. But you see there, the power lines are kind of snapped, and the poles themselves even are just barely hanging on by a thread. I don't know exactly where this was, but all I know, it was somewhere down the island. I think maybe he probably had to go into town to go get a service. I'm not quite sure where he had to go to get a service, but you see there are some cars kind of on the back side of the photo were able to look like salvage some of that. I think there's even a forklift you see there on your right, just kind of being out of the way. And so I'm sure there was probably a lot more damage there than most of that is now restored as well. Pretty interesting stuff looking at that, and very grateful and thankful for us because no hurricanes are coming our way anytime soon. We're just going to still have the summer weather because Mother Nature does not know when to say farewell to it. The summer right now, as we're ending it on the final day, as the first full day of the autumn equinox is Thursday. So autumn kicks in tomorrow. Hooray, we're getting ready to that cooler weather, right? And we're going to have a big old weather whiplash for the week. You'll talk about that here soon. But sunshine continues on. We're going to go from the 80s, 70s as well with those clear skies. We'll kind of stay in the 60s for us later on this evening with a calm wind. And again, a sunset is coming in at 7:17. Here's some area overnight lows for us. Regionally staying some 60s pretty much everywhere you go. So again, we want to have possibly some light patchy dense fog, same old again. So remember to use your low beams, give yourself some extra time as you're heading out. Maybe late, maybe if you're coming home from work, if you work a third shift or a graveyard early morning shift, just do know we have some light areas of patchy fog to develop, and then most likely we'll see that quickly burn off when the sun comes up for the sunrise or so. So temperatures in the low to mid 60s, area highs tomorrow. Get ready for this. So let me explain to you why there's a caution symbol on here. if I showed you, if you were watching on Monday, and you're going to see this here in a second because we got the race weekend forecast as the Valley Star Credit Union 300 races coming to town. Also, it's Friday and Saturday, so we'll talk about that in a second. These temperatures are going to slowly begin to fall later in the afternoon because of how powerful this cold front is. Our daytime highs are going to be in the 80s. By later that evening hours, we're going to be in the upper 40s to low 50s at night. So we have a very drastic cold front, may even produce a little bit of a light shower or sprinkler here or there. So don't be caught off guard if you do see a little bit of rain coming through, as this cold front is marching its way through in a hurry, bringing some of that dry, cool Canadian air down for us. And on top of that, the winds are going to be blowing out of the west-northwest about 10 to 20 miles per hour. So a mix of sun and clouds is the theme, with our temperatures cooling for the rest of the afternoon. So I don't want you to be caught off guard. That's why I put that caution alert symbol. So a weather awareness day, if you shall put it as, because it's going to be a weather whiplash in the making for us. So if you like the cool weather, boy, it's coming to stay here for a little bit. Speaking of the weekend in the NASCAR series, of course, again, this is the 75th anniversary, by the way, for those wondering what's going on, to be exact. So I did some homework here for you. So for those wondering when this happens and takes place, remember the falling temperatures later in the afternoon with the mixed set of clouds. So campgrounds open tomorrow, Thursday at 12 noon, which I think tomorrow is the 21st of September. Yes, tomorrow's the 21st of September. I had to check my watch for that. Friday, the qualifying race begins at 8 p.m. Now, Friday and Saturday, you're going to have a chance to meet some of the race car drivers. They're going to be doing some autograph signing and stuff of that nature. So maybe if you're heading off of work early, or maybe better yet, if you're not going to the Ridgeway District, just kind of be careful, because there's going to be some traffic backups, I would imagine. So do be careful. As you know, this is the time of year where the state police are going to be out this week and kind of monitoring traffic, and VDOT is urging people to be slow at this time as well. But it's going to be sunny. That's the benefit. High on 70 on Friday. So again, the qualifying race is at 8 p.m. Friday. Kind of throughout the day, they're going to be having little mini races scattered throughout, 20 to 30 or so laps per vehicle that's going to be doing so, or per race they're doing on Friday. And then again, like I said, 8 p.m. they have that coming up for you. And so maybe you made a chance to meet some of your favorite race car drivers, or just in general, if you have not been to the race, go check it out, because I know I'm personally not a race fan, but I will say that, living in Martinsville, being here my whole entire life just about, I know it's an exciting time, particularly the fair. That's coming up next weekend, or is it this weekend? Something is going around, because Patrick County just had their fair this past week. And now, yes, I think we have the Henry County Fair this weekend coming up. So we have the fair going on that begins on, so you have that pretty taken care of. You're going to have some races going on. I think there's even some concerts that's going to be taking place here pretty soon. So a lot of busy things happening here in the city of Martinsville. So for Saturday, the feature race is scheduled to start at 7 p.m. here with you. I feel like I'm a sports announcer. So Chad, I'm not coming after your job. I was just curious to see what your job is actually like as a sports reporter out there. But anyway, Saturday's looking pretty nice. The high of 75, nothing to complain about. Pretty chilly though. Just keep that light coat with you, because that race again is at 7 p.m. That's the feature race of the Valley Star Credit Union 300. And again, happy 75th birthday to the Martinsville Speedway, as it's celebrating their 75th year serving. And how about that? How did the forecast high be 75? What are the coincidences of that taking part? All right, let's start wrapping things up here. Quickly, Tropical Storm Gaston formed. For those who are familiar with Beauty and the Beast, Gaston from the Beauty and the Beast movie. Yeah, he's out there creating an uproar in the sea, but as you see there, he's not going to be really strengthening much. Expected to kind of be a tropical storm for the rest of the foreseeable future. Meanwhile, for the rest of the Atlantic Ocean, do know, just ignore these timestamps on here. All this is being updated. So that was one of the updates I was able to kind of grab before all of this has now changed. So this is more of an updated forecast. Just keep that in mind. Area disturbance right here. We're keeping a close eye on that. Could go up this way. Some computer models have it going up to Florida. Heaven forbid we have a landfall this year. Hopefully we don't. We'll see what happens with that. Again, Fiona is going to continue to go up to sea, not creating any land issues. But if you're heading along the beaches this weekend, maybe doing some other traveling, you're going to have some high rip currents over the next several days because of the swelling of the storm itself. Again, Gaston is just going to be doing its little twirl in the open Atlantic. Couple of disturbances here, 30% chance to develop, and not really too concerned about this one. This one's got another eye of attention, another area just off the coast of the Cape Verde, Africa island out there, creating a lot of that Saharan dust, and now that dust is spitting up in the ocean temperatures are very favorable to form something right now, and this is the time of year we have to keep a close eye on. Going into September and mid-October, the Gulf of Mexico is generally a good aerial spot, and sometimes right around here along the open Atlantic Ocean. So busy weekend for everybody around Martinsville, Henry County with the race and the fair and some concerts. A lot of great stuff going on. Again, Patrick County had their fair last weekend, so a good weekend for them, a good weekend for some race fans to welcome you all. Welcome to our people joining us from out of town. Thank you for checking out BTW21. Again, I'm Dustin Staples here with you, about to say farewell with you now because I've been on for a little too long at this point. So, recap one more time. Sunny skies. Do know that we are going to have a weather whiplash day for Thursday. It's going to get cold pretty hurry as the strong cold fronts ushering in some Canadian air in our district. It's going to definitely feel like fall this weekend, and it looks like we may bring back a chance of rain next week. We need it because grasses have been beginning to die out. So if you need to get that mowing done, no excuse. Get out there and get that done. All right, take care, everybody. We'll begin our conversation on Thursday, show you how the rest of the weekend's shaping up to be and how we're going to be in for as we start another work week.
Your BTW21 weather forecast is sponsored by Zentmeyer